Okay, Gears of War 4. We are doing the collectible locations. We're on Act 2, Chapters 1, 2, and 3. 4 is just the chase on the motorcycle, so there's no collectibles there.
Wish I could say the same.
Okay, so when we finally make it to Marcus's estate, apparently he did very well for himself. He's got quite the spread out here. So, and if anybody deserved it, he certainly
So
did
how was he able to
because
get permission to live outside a settlement?
he
Who was gonna tell him no?
pretty much fought the Locust 1, 2, and 3 and suffered quite a bit. In the third one, we saw the demise of Dominic, and then his dad was still alive, but then at the end, he sacrificed himself in order to the better good of mankind, if you want to call it that. His weapon, or whatever he was working on there, I forget exactly what it was, but it ended the Locusts, so we thought. And of course, if something didn't happen to kind of create new enemies, obviously we wouldn't have had a Gears 4. But anyway, when you finally get there, you go up to the gate. There's the Anya's graves up there, which is JD's mother.
Hey.
And
Okay. Yeah.
the collectible, you can see it on the way in, but there was no option there. But after you come back out, it's right there. I mean, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So that's our first collectible. Anya's favorite flower. You know, there's always
to join the cog. What did you
a
do?
big gap.
Dad, I told you, don't
Anyway,
go outside. The cog will hunt you down. Again, what did you do?
Just shut up and look.
You finally get to the cutscene with Phoenix, and there's no hugs and kisses. He's pretty much grilling you, and
Shit.
it looks like Phoenix has kept his shape over the years. Anyway, you know, I'm making these videos, and I'm just thinking about the history of Gears. And I remember the first game, pretty much the very beginning, Dominic breaks Phoenix out of jail. And thinking back, I'm like, I don't remember exactly what he did to get himself in jail. Anyway, our second collectible, after you have the little thing with Phoenix and then the robots show up, is our second collectible. But anyway, just the history of the Gears game. In one, you're broken out of jail and you fight your way through all this. And you get the big dude at the end, Ram, I think his name was. He took out Ken, and it wasn't pretty for him. But anyway, we deal with him at the end. But then as you get into the other games too, there was a lot of heartache there. You know, dealing with the trials and tribulations of Dominic. So there's our next collectible. Okay, so we grabbed that before heading up the stairs, and then when we finally get to the vault, it'll be our next collectible after we get geared up. But anyway, like I was mentioning, Gears, you know, they had this thing where Dominic was pretty determined to find his wife, and they never really mentioned about the kids. Just assumed they were dead or whatever. But anyway, Okay, so after you get done with the little armory thing and you get geared up and we finally got our weapons, we got our lancers now, actually custom lancers, creates the, or starts the next chapter. Alright, so once you get through with this little battle here, you circle around into this room as our next collectible.
What's the plan here?
Now, I pick it up. I didn't really, you know, I don't know, it's my first time through the game. This little cutscene with the helicopter kind of interrupted me pulling up the collectible. If I would have known that, I would have waited for this to end and then collected the collectible. So I was trying to hit my back button to kind of view it. So I was like, damn. So I quit the game and went to the War Journal. And the collectible's there. It's the photo of JD and Anya. Nice little loving picture during peacetime when everybody's not trying to kill each other or the locust ain't taking over the world or whatever the situation is. But nevertheless, that was our first collectible in Chapter 2.
Guys,
You get the little helicopter thing, you got to deal with that and then work your way downstairs and we'll get to our next collectible. Crashing helicopter.
Oh, that was close.
So,
Dad, what are we doing? This is a dead
you
end.
know, when you progress in Gears 2, and you finally find Dominic's wife, unfortunately, she didn't fare well. This is when the locusts were starting to capture people and then turn them into locusts or something. Anyway, Bear got caught and we were able to save him before he was processed, so they called it. And then that was just about halfway into the game or so, and then after that Dominic was pretty upset and he was like, I want to kill them all. So
Dad,
you progress through
visited his mom before we came in.
the hive and all that,
When's the last
and
time you cleaned up out there?
you deal with
Grab a
it.
rake,
So,
you
and then in
That
3,
under advisement, James.
you know, Dominic's kind of gotten over it, and he's
shit.
not really
As I said,
wanting to be a cop soldier all that much, but he's forced to do what he has to do. And in order to help the team out, he
All right.
pretty much
Looks like we
sacrifices
lost him.
himself, and
Let's cut through the garden.
that was pretty rough for Phoenix. So he lost his brother, and that was about pretty much halfway through the game as well. And then at the end of 3, you know, when you finally meet up with your dad, he's asking about Dominic and all that. So, and then you finally deal with the queen that you've been dealing with for the last 2 games. So at the end of 3, you finally deal with the queen, and then this thing that happens pretty much wipes out all the locusts, so we thought. And that's what this whole beginning part of Gears 4 is about, kind of recapping about what's happened and all that.
Not a goddamn word.
Well, not much of an estate left anymore, so time to move on. I gotta admit, like the very first time
Oh, look at
when
that.
doing Gears
Fire
3,
department's here.
and when Dominic does what he does, you know, I was just like, holy shit, I can't believe just what happened. And, you know, being demented, we've done all these Gear games, Collectibles, All Insane and all that. And when Gears 3 was new, you know, we played it, and it's just like, whew, damn. It was pretty, you know, for a video game, you got kind of a little bit of emotional about it that, you know, Dominic sacrificed himself to save the team. All right, so after that, in the yard here, we're going to get to our last collectible, the old bottle of wine here.
How can we help?
Another dead demon!
Alright, so that's going to wrap up chapter 2. Okay, and we're going to get into chapter 3.
Guys, trackers incoming.
Okay, so when you start off, you're kind of like in this, I don't want to say it's a corridor or whatever, but anyway, you deal with all the enemies and you're dropping multiple
Yes!
robots at you and that kind of thing, trackers. And what's going to happen is when you progress and you take out the helicopter and all that, they're going to come up to this area. They're going to be like, they got us surrounded, or
Really?
there's many of them or something. I forget exactly what he says, but nevertheless, you're going to have the option of taking the left or right path.
Another dropship.
Now, as far as the collectibles go, I don't think it matters which way you go. At some point, you can backtrack to the other area, but I'm going to take the left path, and he's going to take the right path. This was
Jen's got
quite
us
the treat on
surrounded.
Insane.
Now what?
I can tell you what.
Let's
that
divide their
Guardian over
fire.
there.
James, which side do you want?
And there's quite a bit too to get through.
We got
it.
left.
So
Kate, Del,
anyway,
you take right.
I'm taking the
Got
left
it.
path. He's got the right. The people that take the left path, you got a heavy over here, and the people on the right got the Guardian. So basically, deal with what you got to deal with here. And the collectibles will be coming up shortly.
Got it.
It's a beautiful thing on casual, boy. You can stick your head out, take damage, and all that. On Insane, it's a whole other ball game. Okay, so as you progress, you have to open up the other side for your partner, and then he has to open up your side as well. All right, he had to shoot the barriers, the bunch of enemies up here, and he is progressing. I opened up the door for him, dealing with the enemies as they come at you.
Got enough.
Alright, I'm going to be getting to my first collectible, and then what I'm going to have to do is go down his path to get the collectible over on his side.
Don't mind if I do. Got it.
Okay, so there is no chapter 4. Chapter 4 is just about to chase out of here. You get on a couple motorcycles and you're chasing a condor down, and you got to shoot it down, and that was a real treat on Insane as well. So anyway, once we get through the bridge here, I'm going to backtrack around to the Memphis side. So we got this Guardian. You're like, oh yeah, you're loving on Insane, boy, just taking hits, and you're like, never happened. That damn Guardian killed us more times than I'd like to think about.
Guardian down.
Nice.
Yeah,
Alright,
the
so
storm's
basically
coming
we're
in.
going to backtrack,
All right,
backtrack
through the
down the
gate. We
Mented
gotta
side now
get
to
to
get
that
the
barn.
collectible. See, that's the thing. It's just, as you're trying to run, he'll just automatically take cover as you're trying to get on it. It's just like, ugh. I don't know. You think they could have come up with a different way for sprinting and to take cover and all that. I don't know. 5 Gears games, you think they could have maybe expanded on that a little bit. But anyway, that's our last collectible. Alright, so like I said, Chapter 4 is just the chase scene. There's no collectibles in it. And then at the end of that, we'll be into Act 3. So we'll see you guys there. And if you're following these videos, your collectibles should be right up to date. And appreciate the thumbs up and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next set.